Hey guys, this is Skyforce Games, and I'm back to, well, do something I've never done before. um, so, I've decided to, do a countdown, a top 10, if you will, just because. Like, because this kind of discussion needs a bit more, needs a bit more discussion, and I feel like my ideas could really be put out there, and really need to be put out there, like, on the internet, on YouTube, really just to kind of show my support for Death Battle, and because I really love Death Battle. It's a great series, but yeah. So, well, not really sure what else to say. I mean, of course, there's gonna be. This is my top 10 most wanted Death Battles. Like, it could appear this season or next season, or really just I want these Death Battles to happen at some point. Now there are couple rules. Like, for one, if it's already been confirmed, it's not going to be on the list. AKA, it's not going to be Ruby Rose versus Mach Alburn or Galactus versus Unicron, because they've pretty much confirmed that those battles will be happening. And a couple of other rules are, well, if they're really highly requested, that probably affected their placement on the list. Like, trying to think of a highly requested one off the top of my head, but I can't. But it probably affect, which is why, like, two of the ones, like, they're the most predictable and the most requested, are at the bottom of the list, number 10 and number 9. So, excuse me. So, sorry if I bore you guys or anything. I'm just trying to, like, throw my ideas for what battles I really want to see. And so yeah. And I think I have a few more rules. Like, okay, there are no restrictions on if, like, one character from each series. No, I'm not like that. I just list them in the way I want them. So even still, I tried to keep my choices as diverse as possible, just to kind of give you a new experience. And most of my choices are going to be like are mostly most of them are original choices that I tried picking out. Well, I say most of them, more like half of them are original choices, while the rest I've actually seen either on Google Images or on other people's lists before, or have been highly requested, as said before. But yeah, without further ado, let's get to number 10. 10, and that would be Bill Cipher versus Discord. And the reason why it got number 10 in the first place, I considered not even putting it on the list, but in the end, I just want to see Bill Cipher in a death battle. Because Bill, he's insanely overpowered, and Discord is from My Little Pony, which I have not watched at all. From what I heard, Discord is some sort of god of chaos, and can manipulate his environment just like Bill Cipher can. But I haven't really seen a lot of things going in Bill Cipher's favor for that one, though, and so yeah, like, considering Bill Cipher can only, like, manipulate stuff, like, within Weirdmageddon, and Discord seems to manipulate stuff whenever he really wants. So unless it takes place in Weirdmageddon, which is where Bill Cipher's power would be the greatest, which I'm guessing they would do, considering they have to show each character with Death Battle has to show each character with maximum potential. So I would guess they would put Bill Cipher in a Weirdmageddon environment. So yeah, as for who would win, I don't know. I've seen a lot. I've seen it go either way, but in the end, I'm just not interested in My Little Pony to actually do my own research and stuff. So yeah, I'm not too interested. So, which is why it's only at number 10. So and now, number 9, and, well, with every good Marvel character, there always has to be a DC character to rival it, and vice versa. And the and and with every death battle, pretty much almost all Marvel characters have fought a DC character in death battle. Like, I say almost. There have been some exceptions, but it's mostly been Marvel versus DC, because that's what people want to see. Because Marvel and DC fighting, and just the idea of a Marvel DC crossover is just amazing to us. But for number 9, we have Thanos versus Darkseid, and yeah, just completing the obvious entries to complete the obvious entries. So this one, it would really depend on a lot of things. Like, I know they said they put each character at their maximum potential, but with Thanos, it's kind of a weird place. Like, Thanos is strong. He is godly. He's known as a titan in comics. He's very powerful in his own right. Then there's Darkseid. Darkseid is pretty much a different story. Darkseid Darkseid's extraordinarily powerful, able to go toe to toe with Superman and the entire Justice League. Thanos can take on the entire Avengers, but at the same time, the Avengers don't really have anyone like Superman, who, except for maybe the Sentry, but then again, I haven't really read too much on the Sentry other than his fight with Hulk, World Breaker Hulk. But I don't really know. It's very, it's weird, but yeah, but like I said, it'll all depend on if they give Thanos the Infinity Gauntlet. That's going to be the deciding factor. If Thanos is not given the Infinity Gauntlet, I have a feeling Darkseid would win. But if he is, Thanos wins hands down. No questions asked. Like the Infinity Gauntlet had enough power to wipe out half of everybody in existence, and that was just only for him to please his Lady Death. So, and it can do a whole lot more, and Thanos just on his own could break Captain America's shield just by backhanding it. Like, it shattered the shield. And, and as we recall, that shield does not stick around. So, yeah, not really sure what happened then, though. Like, the Infinity Gauntlet has shown, in, I think, a recent comic, to have its limits, but at the same time, I don't think Darkseid breaks those limits. And, it'll all just depend on the Infinity Gauntlet, of all things. Just like in the real Marvel Cinematic Universe, it all hinges on the Infinity Gauntlet and the Infinity Stones. So, yeah, I think, it's all gonna depend. Darkseid wins if Thanos is not given the Infinity Gauntlet. Thanos wins hands down with the Infinity Gauntlet. So, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Now for number 8. And, oh man, this is not a highly requested one at all. I think I've only seen one forum for it. It was on Comic Vine, I think it was. And even then, they didn't really come up with any real conclusion. But this battle needs more attention. When I looked up death battles for the character known as Satsuki Kiryuin, but I'm sorry, but anyway, when it comes to death battles Satsuki Kiryuin, the most requested one I see is Esdeath from Akame ga Kill, and well, I haven't really watched Akame ga Kill, other than maybe the first few episodes where, main cast and stuff, and I haven't really gotten to Esdeath, or don't really show any interest in Akame ga Kill. That's gonna seem hypocritical for a later entry on the list, but anyway. So I searched up, so when coming up with the character who could face Satsuki Kiryuin, I came across a certain character in Fairy Tail that I would really love to go against her. And that would be, and this battle would be Satsuki Kiryuin versus Kagura Mikazuchi. Oh man, this battle, I don't know, I've done my research. I've watched both shows. With all the episodes and stuff, especially with Kagura in them, paying close attention. It's gonna be a close one, and I don't know a victor. Maybe you guys can decide a victor for me, but okay, let's say Satsuki Kiryuin. She on her own, she's extraordinarily powerful. When she was younger, down I think 14 or 15, she took on Ira Gamagori, while Gamagori was wearing titanium armor, and Satsuki took him down with just her sheathed sword, able to pierce the titanium. Sounds really familiar in the terms of Kagura, considering Kagura with just her sheath sword could take down the 13th gate, like celestial spirit, like the snake charmer. I can't remember the name, but Asphalculus. I don't know. If I remembered, I probably couldn't pronounce it, but um, the snake charmer in just pretty much a single strike, cutting it in half down the middle with just her sheathed sword. Not only that, later on in the series, she fought Urza Scarlet. Urza used her adamantine armor, which at one point earlier on in the series, the adamantine armor could take down the blast of a Jupiter, could tank the blast of a Jupiter cannon. Just slightly, but like it was pretty much equal with the force. And the adamantine armor broke after just as the Jupiter cannon died down in power. But that Jupiter cannon is said to could have destroyed all of Magnolia pretty easily, and the adamantine armor was able to block that. And that was like only like the third arc in the entire series of Fairy Tail. So yeah, I believe that was like the 22nd, 23rd episode. But so, and Kagura, with just her sheath sword, managed to cut through it in one strike. And yeah, something tells me the adamantine armor is a bit more than anything titanium armor plating can do. But then again, that was Satsuki when she was 14 or 15, and yeah. So, I'm not really sure which way to go. Like, they both contested against main characters, pretty much. Kagura is pretty much being Urza's rival throughout the Grand Magic games, and Satsuki being Ryuko's rival throughout the entirety of Kill la Kill, pretty much. Well, most of Kill la Kill, I should say. But, yeah, when it comes down to it, Kagura definitely seems like she has more going for her. But I haven't even mentioned Satsuki with Junketsu, aka a Kamui, a god robe, if you will, which whichever you prefer, which grants her greater everything, pretty much. Enhanced speed, strength, just not to mention both of these characters have indomitable willpower, which is pretty much how they've survived, pretty much. Let's see. I'm trying to think of any like notable feats, but for now I think I've rambled on enough. So Satsuki's Kamui Junketsu can transform into like Shippu and Sinjin and Shippu Sinjin. So yeah, it's not really sure. Like, I think Satsuki might win simply by overwhelming Kagura with everything she has, but then again, Kagura also went toe-to-toe with Urza, and pretty much won, kind of. Like, it's a weird thing. Like, Minerva intervened, but yeah. But for now, I'll just leave it at that. Say, I think Satsuki might win, but it's a big toss-up. So, now, let's move on to number 7. This is a bit different. Death Battle hasn't delved into like just plain book characters. At least characters who are pretty much resigned to only books. I mean they've done Harry Potter before, but at least Harry Potter at least had his own good movies. But in the realms of Percy Jackson, oh, nobody liked those movies. Nobody. At least he's someone has comic books, but at the same time, it's Percy Jackson, and he's most known in book form. While researching who could fight Percy Jackson, I was just like, who on earth could fight Percy Jackson? I thought about Juvia from Fairy Tail, but then again, Juvia can make her body entirely out of water, so I threw that out of the way. I looked on like Google Images, or really anything really. I saw him go against Link, which did not make sense to me. Then I saw Katara, and the more I thought about it, the more it seemed to make sense to me, really. So, yeah. that's what I'm gonna go with. Number 7 is Percy Jackson versus Katara, and it would be certainly an interesting death battle, which with the only advantage I see Percy having is the fact that he has Riptide, which, his sword, which cannot be lost at all. So, like, it's a pen sword. It's a pen that can turn into a sword, turning regular objects into swords more often before Ruby made it cool. So, yeah. But also, a strange thing about Riptide is that it cannot be lost. Should, like, Percy drop it somewhere, it's just gonna reappear in his pocket, like, seconds later. Just, that's pretty much it for... So, but Katara has bloodbending. However, bloodbending was what I thought, oh man, that's going to be a huge thing, but then again, it's very coincidental with bloodbending. Bloodbending can be used by bloodbending is a technique that can only be used by most waterbenders during a full moon. I say most because Amon and Tarlok. Wait, not Tarlok. I think Tarlok. I don't know. But, then that was in Legend of Korra. And as for Katara, everything she can do is kind of left up in the air after the ending of Avatar: Last Airbender, because once she's reintroduced back in Legend of Korra, she's not shown to have a lot of feats. She's only used to heal, and I don't remember seeing her actually fight. So yeah. So even if the death battle puts them in a full moon night, it's kind of up in the air whether she would use it or not, but since she can and has shown that she can, I think she would, considering Death Battle's rules and everything. But Percy has kind of shown to go beyond that. At least somewhat, I think. When he was in Tartarus with Annabeth, the actual pit of Tartarus, he managed to control venom, which basically, when he got mad enough, he pretty much started suffocating the goddess of misery with her own venom. Simply because, hey, it's liquid. Why can't I control it? Because Dark Percy. But anyway, yeah, even if Katara uses bloodbending on Percy, I'm not sure if it would work. Percy, it would I think Percy would technically qualify as a waterbender, pretty much, and would be able to resist it should he have enough willpower. And let me tell you, Percy does have enough willpower. So, yeah, not really sure where else to go with that. I think Percy might win that one, but like I said, but Katara can also control ice, which I don't think Percy has shown that he can do. But yeah, I might have to make this video in 2 parts. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much all I got. So now for number 6. This one, I pretty much got the inspiration from Your Only Mate. Him, British, I think. I don't know, but anyway, I love his videos, his reactions mainly, and he did a 10 Most Wanted Death Battles, and he said his Most Wanted Death Battle was Blake Belladonna versus Mikasa Ackerman. And the more I thought about it, the more it made sense to me. So that's gonna be my number 6, and pretty much gonna end off this part 1 of the video. So me and Zach discussed this one, and while we did like Blake a lot more than we liked Mikasa, he said Mikasa was pretty much written in a way that she's invincible. She has got plot armor, pretty much, and that's pretty much the only reason she's really survived so long. And I haven't really watched Attack on Titan all too much, but I at least know, power sets and stuff, like Mikasa with her, cables and, swords. Blake sort of has the same stuff, except in just 2 weapons, and she doesn't need any extra equipment. But then there's Blake's semblance, which kind of throws things into a bit of array. Just, be able to create a clone of herself behind and, just, like, others attack it, but it's a fake out, and many people have fallen, victim to that. So yeah, not really sure what else to say on it. But yeah, with that, I'm just gonna leave it here, because I'm at the 20 and a half minute mark. So, that's all I'm gonna say for now, and just kind of and leave the top 5 like for the next video. So yeah, till next time, guys. See ya.